All right. Don't know what's going on with Periscope, but I'm gonna say this. If I guess if you're on YouTube, you're watching. Let me send out a quick tweet. And then we're gonna get into this. So this game is it's amazing watching this and watching it live, then watching it one time, then watching it two times, then watching it three times. It's interesting. Maybe interesting isn't the right word because it's also frustrating how this thing works. First of all, we are here. I was able to get the video thanks to oh, replace with Twitter, connect your Twitter account to your restream. Let me see something, guys. Sorry for all these issues, but it seems like I might be able to get this back up. So the problem is it's frustrating and it's it's also a good frustration because it's something that can be corrected. Um so I hope that we can get this corrected. I hope so because it's the little things. And the weird thing about some of this um is that we always look at the play that's the problem, and sometimes it's the play before that that could have possibly avoided the play that happened problem. So, um, again, I'm rambling because I'm a little with this whole Twitter deal. So, I want to thank Derek Terry for giving me the link to this guy on YouTube. Is O underscore ball underscore O. That it looks like he videotapes all the games, which he saved my you know what this time. So thanks to him, and let's get into this thing. This first drive was masterful. It's something about when you are able to get three, four, five plays that your OC can get in the rhythm. Cohen wasn't able to get in the rhythm some of the game because we shoot ourselves in the foot. Look at that hole. This is the first play. That is what you want. First play, 10 yards. It bothers me, and I'm going to show this. I don't like to pick on people, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. There's got to get a little bit more aggressive. And we need him. Just look how, to me, it's a perception thing. It's like a lackadaisical effort. We got to make that block. We just have to. We just have to. Next thing, as a runner, and I heard Wandell had some hamstring issues, so this even verifies him even more of as a dog. This kid has over exceeded everything that I expected. There's been I've said this many times, there's been some Kentucky skill position players that just has not panned out. And this kid is the real deal. There's no doubt about it. Week in, week out, he's showing me stuff that I'm like, okay, he's a dude. We got to turn this thing upfield first, especially when you see this guy free and he's going to probably beat you to the sideline. So let's turn this thing upfield and let's get as many as we can get. That's a pretty good block by Bates. Getting to the second level, that's pretty good work by Bates. We got to get this guy. We got to get this guy here on the boat. He on the boat, but he got 1 foot off the boat. We got to get him to have 2 feet on the boat because he has a skill set and body frame that can get us to where we need to get to. He needs to step it up a little bit. And it's amazing to me, these PFF grades, like, I don't understand it sometimes. It's mind-boggling how some people get some high grades. I like this. Simple read on the road. If Ali's not open, check down Charlie all day. People want like in baseball, they say chicks like the long ball. Screw the long ball. Be patient. Take what they're giving you. Because they have done their research and they're not going to let you beat them off over the top too often. You are going to have to get that with ground and pound. This is the play I talked about on Twitter that they stole from Chattanooga. Chattanooga did this. I don't know if they stole it. They could have had it in the playbook. I don't know. Just never saw it. Right? So what Chattanooga did, had the quarterback line up over the ball, then they would shift. What I like about this is that now these guys over here don't know that it's Wildcat. You know, when you come in the game, you check the quarterback out, you put in another back. Now they get geared up for, okay, they're not going to pass, they're just going to run it. They get geared up, and the guy down here with the headset on said, oh, I'm going to call the play to defeat the Wildcat. When you come out like this and you just shift over, it doesn't give this guy enough time to switch a call. It doesn't give those guys enough time. Oh, Wildcat. If you see this guy here, he's trying to get everybody else involved. It happens too quickly. Now, the bad part about it, you get offsides. And that could have really hurt this drive. 3rd and 1 would have been 3rd and 6. The great thing about it, when dealing with, so now you see, right? This is C-Rod. There's Luke. That's the center. They shifted. See 12 trying to point it out. He's pointing straight the wheel. The quarterback has shifted over. The great thing about college football is Now we need to snap this, or someone needs to jump to make this even more obvious. Now he even takes the other step when he knows he's offside. This is a great thing. So now we get back to where we should have been. We have to stop shooting ourselves in the foot. We can't expect the other team to do that what South Carolina did. We just can't. This is just bad communication. Luckily, we got the first down, but you can tell right here that Fortner and Horsey are still trying to get this thing together, right? So, more I think about it, we got a lot of experience, like I've said before, on the O-line, but a lot of experience that have not played together. And that's an issue. Okay? We got to figure this out. Because right here, I don't know why Fortner would have thought, I guess he was saying Horsey is going to take this guy, whatever he does, and with him slanting inside, that would have been an easier block here. He's going to pull. And I don't think they pull. It looks like they zone block. Nope. Looks like him and Cox are pulling. So if Fortner's right, Horsey's supposed to be there, it would allow these two guys to get out in front like a quarterback sweep, right? Because we're not worried about that because Smoke is going to take care of these two guys because they got to respect it. If Horsey goes here, then we got two guys. Cox gets cut off by this guy penetrating. Good job by Fortner retracing, trying to get a hand on him. Because if not for that, he might tackle Will in the backfield. Good vision. Right here. Good vision. Uh-oh. Man, this is going to be a great day. Hold on. Man, this, when it rains, it pours, huh? I'm going to have to fix that that Twitter deal. I'm gonna try to fix it by tomorrow. Okay, so I'm back. So that's the play with Will. It's just these guys haven't played together as a unit for a long time, and I think the communication and not having Drake and it plays a factor. New center, it plays a factor. Great job by Kennard washing that defensive lineman down. Truck stick. This guy runs amazing, but between the hashes. I'm liking this. We have to sell. We haven't done this enough. We didn't sell screen. Dare's got to do a better job of selling this. Because now he's like, he ain't going to let me buy that easy. Running back comes, that's a smart play. That's high football IQ. He beat us on that play. He alone beat us. Great job by Smoke sifting through that thing. Great job by Smoke. Oops, I went back too far. Man, it's amazing what C-Rod does when he gets his pass under him. He's not very good. And this is great work. We got a seal. Horsey's trying his best to seal that guy off. But long as, see how he's trying to, you can't really tell. But if you can really look at, he's trying to swing these hips so he can get in front and seal this guy so that Smoke can get in there. He does a pretty damn good job. Take him where he wants to be. Got him sealed. The one guy we don't block has to make the tackle. Now, this is a pure case of, hold on, guys. Jeez. What is that? Let me get back. See this tackle here? This is a pure case of stuff that happened with us last year. Certain guys get tackled. And you're like, oh, at the end of the thing, like Jay Hayes said, stats are only I can't remember what he said. Lies, white lies, something to stats lie sometimes. They do, especially when it comes to tackles. So number one gets a tackle, right? But he's a defensive lineman, right? He tackles him 8 yards down the field. Sometimes all tackles, as I said, all tackles are not necessarily good tackles. That's not a great tackle. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I was talking about during the game. Looks like it's 3rd and 2. Looks like Mark is telling him, hey, you got 2 downs. I wish that's what he's telling him. That's what I'm going to say. This is the same play. It's kind of hard because they didn't get the whole play. When C-Rod is under the center or behind the center, he's taking I'm going to call it a wildcat with the quarterback. And that just makes it so much easier because the defense can't adjust. It's a big 3rd and 2, man. See, I think this is what, on the quarterback deal, see how Fortner boxed down and allow Horsey to pull? I think they wanted to switch that for when they had the quarterback sweep. That's great job getting to the next level by Kennard. Hat on a hat. Look at that. Any one of us could have driven through that. It's a good job, man. So the thing about it is, why can't we do this the whole game? The whole game. We need to find a way to do this the whole game. Good job. 4 yards. When you're getting more than 3 yards on first down, you're winning as an offense. We got to strain. That just doesn't look good to me. Not saying he could have got there, but dive something. Make it seem like you care. I'm not saying that he doesn't care, because he cares. But you know what I'm saying? I guarantee you, Coach Walford is like, come on, Dare. You got to give me something. It's the energy. Everybody feeds off of each other. Now, we might have to change this check. Look how he gets a check. Smoke looks at him like, what, man? What are we going to do? He said, hey, don't worry about it, Smoke. Just do your thing. Now, I personally would like this to get a little bit wider out. Reason why is to give these guys like a yard or 2 further to run. You know what I'm saying? Just a hair further outside so we can make this a little bit easier. But first down nonetheless. This is just, you don't understand how much this affects these guys. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. When he goes in motion, you're going to lose probably 2 to 3 guys. Because you got to respect that. If you don't, we're going to come back. We're going to run this. So he's got to respect it. He's got to respect it. And the safety's got to kind of play in the middle because he don't know which way it comes, right? So you got 2 guys that it affects at minimum. Now we come with a pulling tight end. That's a great block. Now, one thing about coming, you got to get those arms inside to prevent that from being called a hold. Again, we gotta. This is he almost blew it. Good job running. Strong running. See now, this is when, like, sometimes grades can be, I'll never forget. I played with a lot of guys that will get 94% in the game for the grade because they do what they're supposed to do, right? Right? Do your fundamentals, chip, get to the next level, and get a block, right? But just look at the intensity of it. Look at that bothers me. As a coach, I might dock you a point or 2. This play right here, even though there's a couple missteps in this, showed me from jump that the defense was ready to play. Unlike last week, when the team ran the same zone blocking scheme, look at this. There's every guy's in the block. Square shoots it. He's got a tackle. I'm going to tell you what the negative is. These two guys, it is not too negative, but you stay backside until this guy becomes even with you. Okay, the reason why, because you don't want him to get the option of everybody does that job, then he cuts that thing all the way back and come out the backside of it, right? You can see it. They're staying there. You don't have to cross step. He's still 1, 2, 3 yards. So you are out of phase right now. Don't run. Keep squeezing. So in theory, the technique your shoulder should be square to the line of scrimmage, and you should just keep sliding. You know why? Because you got enough guys over here. If you make this tackle all the way over here, your brothers did nothing. That's why I talk about so much about handling your job. You do what you're supposed to do. Don't run, because he's still 3 yards in front of you. Don't run. I like the hustle, though. That's why it's a good negative. I like the hustle, but be patient. Just imagine if Pascal was here and Devontae was here, right? Even and just squeezing. He would have had nowhere to go, because all of this is shut down. So how if you go back in and everybody's pursuing, now it's trouble. Although, I'm going to give it a big circle. That's how safeties play. Last line of defense, great ass tackle, gets them down, allows everybody to come rally, gives your brothers another chance to live another down. That's huge. Again, so big, man. This is humongous. This is the best gap integrity alignment assignment that we have played all year. Look, squeeze. This is how Devontae should have played the last play. Squeeze. He's got to be aware of that. Squeeze down. Squeeze. Now you can go make the tackle. Great job. Even if Harris didn't trip, he would have got maybe 2 yards. He wouldn't have got much more than that. Look at this, man. Look how beautiful this is. We got linebackers on the stick with depth, eyes on ball, front hand leaves. This is I've been on him for a while, okay? Since game 1. Front hand comes off, he stops, plants, drives on the ball. That is, remember how, I don't know if for new listeners, every DB should be able to drive 1/3 the length of the ball. So this is, let's say, middle of the field. It's 13. Let's say that's about an 8-yard throw, give or take. It might be 7 because he's not on the top of the numbers. Let's say that's a 7-yard throw. He should be able to drive up 2 yards before he catch it. Okay? So now, 1, 2, he drove about 2 to 3 yards. Now that cuts that cushion down. Great thing about it, little stuff. He wants to turn him this way, because you see all these guys here? Foom, 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 foom. You don't want him to do this. It makes them have to run so much further. So he gonna give him a one-way go. You can only go this way. I'm not gonna let you go that way. And because of that, great tackle. Look at everybody coming. Look at the strain. That is great defense, man. That is, I need somebody to pour me a drink. That is great defense. That's 2 damn drives of excellent defense. Love it. Love it. Simple, easy throw. Make DB miss. We get 10 yards. Come back to him. First place to seed. Oh, let's do it again. Just maybe out a different set. Here's the deal. We got to get here. Just like the defensive player wants you to go this way because he got all his teammates coming. Offensive player, you want to press the sideline for the same reason why you don't want to go inside. He won't score here. He won't score. Right now, you know it's going to be very difficult to score because look at the cavalry coming. Look at that. They coming. But if you stay here, you might get 3 to 4 more yards, at least 2. Just keep going. Just keep going. Keep here. Hit the sideline. Make them push you out of bounds. Man, this is nitpicky, but let me say something. You got these 2 guys sealed. You got this guy engaged. You are a bruising back. You are a tough SOB. I think there's something there. I think there's something there. Right there. With blockers out front, you're going to run through this arm tackle. I know it. I know. I've seen you do it too many times. You run through that arm tackle. These 2 guys got this damn thing on lock. Cox and Kennard got that lane. That's a big-ass running lane. Maybe you run closer to them to even make that arm tackle even harder. Remember how I say the play before matters? This play might never happen. If he goes and press that hole and stay right there, and he gets those 3 yards. Although this isn't his fault, this is a layup that we have to make. We checked into this. We know they're in press. They know we're in man. We are running clear out. Look at that. Clear out, clear out, clear out. One of them is going to rub that linebacker. You can look, Wandale's looking right at him. There's nobody there. Look, there's nobody there. They're in man. His guy is beat. He's not going to catch up. Now, I don't know if this Riggs or Bates. He's bringing a guy over, but that's it. Everybody is on this side of midfield. Everybody. There's no one over. The safety's in the middle of the field. Everybody else went crossing route. See, crosser. Everybody's over here. If he leads him with a soft pass, I don't think C-Rod scores, but man, he gets at least 15, 20 yards. That's just too much heat. Watch, you can see it. See how that's a quick arm motion. That's too much heat for a running back. All they had to do was lob that thing out there, and not a lob, but take some steam off of it. And even with the behind, he would have caught it. But man, that's get him out front. That one hurts. That's a drive killer. The Cohen can't get into a rhythm. This would have been a rhythm play. Right? Remember the plays that we had? We had the double outs to the tight end. Then we had the bubble screen to Josh Ali. Then we had a run. We get in the rhythm. He checks to this. He saw the man. This is a layup. This is a damn good call by the coordinator, and that's why I always say it's about the execution of the player. This is a first down. If you playing Madden or you playing something where you can dictate kind of where the pass is easy, that is a layup. That's a first down. And the drive is continuing. And now we put some points on the board. And even though we won, it gives the offense more confidence. The offense is lacking confidence right now because they're not able to put as many points on the board. It's really that simple. Now, this is the thing where an athlete gets you. However, I'm going to say this guy, I hope his name is Beck. I know it's Ty Boeck, I think. If this was him, he makes this tackle. It's the little things. Jones can't worry about the blocker. This is why. And this is why you have to really become second level understanding plays responsibilities. He's doing a good job. He's doing a good job. You are doing a really good job. Look at this. We got this thing hemmed up. We got a guy outside. We got a guy trailing from inside. All we got to do now is hit the gap. Disregard him. He matters to no one. Watch, just a little. Let me chuck him. Right? Let me chuck him. Now, he hit his ass real nice. Look at the head snap. But you don't need to hit him. Go outside, not run around him, but go in his, if I had a back view, go onto his right shoulder and rip through his ass. Because you know why? Because if this guy cuts back, we got here and we got here. We are running. You should know he has contained. And run your ass up in there like a scalding dog and see what happens. Make a pile. This game was beautiful to watch. This is beautiful to watch. Everybody has a gap. Everybody has a gap. If they block everybody with Corker back there, I feel confident with him doing that. That's pretty damn good. That's a positive play. Now they won a first down, but that's a positive play. Again, here. You got to engage with this. See, and that's the hard thing about playing defense is it's got to be split second decisions. With him the distance there is too great for you to just run around him. Because you run around him, he has a potential just rolling your ass and driving your ass all the way out here. So I don't know if you see the difference. There's a distance difference between him and when Jones had his. So he's got to engage. But when he engages, he's got to keep his outside on free. Because again, he is right there, right? So you have a guy who's straining to the ball. So you want to, it's simple defense. I don't care what defense you run. You have more guys coming from the ball side than you have guys coming from this side, right? So you want to, in your best, turn him inside to everybody else. That's good work. Don't sneak your head inside. This is the hardest. Do your job. See, in high school, you might be able to get away with that. Do your job, right? He does a great job of engaging. He wins the block, but just stay outside. Don't dip in. Louis, explain that. You said why I question how smart Levis is. Why do you question it? Or you question it because of this right here? See that? That's simple. He does everything right except stay out. He dipped. See how he dipped in for a second? Don't worry about him. Look, you got to trust your teammates. That's the one thing I learned from my freshman year at Kentucky, and we had a really good defense. Is Coach Archer stressed? Trust your teammates. Trust your teammates that they're going to do what they're supposed to do. If you do your job, you got to trust your teammates to do the same. In high school, right, your linebacker close to you might not have been that good. He might have been a coach's son. He might have been whatever. And you knew that he couldn't make it. So therefore, you got to try to play both sides. You're in college. It's different. The mindset is different. This guy was the best player on his team, just like you was probably the best player on your team. He's going to do his job. You got to trust him. If he doesn't, then it's on him. See how much further Jones had to run? That's 9 yards, top of the numbers to the sidelines. That's 7 yards, 7 or 9, I can't remember now. That's a long way. Turn them in. People didn't notice Bully the first couple games. This ain't new. I think I highlighted on one of how he's off the ball. That's disruption. That's disruption. Everything is handled right. Jones is too high. He gets, and that's the play. But the other team's going to win. They're on scholarship too. But what I liked about it, everybody's in their gap. I think I've shown a couple times where Jones and Square are stacked on each other, or Jones gets cut off. Or we're all in our gaps. They just beat us. And that's fine. You're going to get beat on plays. No one's going to hold anybody to 0 yards ever. But what I look for is everybody doing their job. Now, this is the Jay Hayes play. If Jay's watching right now, Jay, here's the thing. We're bringing a corner, okay? This is really tough for a safety because he cannot come over the top too early because then it's going to really set it off, right? So you want to disguise it as long as possible. See how he is about 5 yards away from this guy. Covering him is tough. For this safety, cover this wide receiver is tough. But we're blitzing. We're hoping that these guys get there. We bring 5. We're hoping that we pressure him and makes this throw difficult. Because that was a long route. He ran a double move route. He ran a stop and go. He stopped, and then he went. Put pressure to make the throw harder so he can't step into the throw fully. And yes, he was beat. There's no doubt about it. He was beat. But he wasn't beat just with no idea of what's happening. As a corner, I would play these routes hard as hell because I knew that he couldn't hold it for 5 seconds. He can't hold it for 5 seconds. So then you know that you can get a chuck. He's not close enough to him to get a jam down the field. That's it. But yes, he was burnt. But burnt for a reason. Salvageable burnt. That was the burnt toast that you just scrape the darkness off the top and still eat it. Look at this, man. This is the best. I don't know. I wish I could just overlap plays. I don't know if you remember last week, we was coming downhill like too fast and then getting caught in a wash of one of these linemen, then chipping and coming off and hitting you, and you're getting caught in the wash and you can't get there. Linebacker should almost be the same depth as the running back. Look at that. Everybody's taking care of their responsibility. So now you got one guy to block 2. He can only get 1. Look at the gaps, though. Look at the gaps. He doesn't have anywhere to cut back. See that? There's nowhere to cut back. He's got to go, boom, right in there. And that's a great tackle. That's great. But here's the deal. Even though Square gets the accolades of the tackle. These two guys here make that tackles easy. You know why? Because look at the valley. Look at the hole. Look at the hole. That's a phone booth hole. It's not a truck with hole. That's a phone booth with hole. It's easier for him to make this tackle when this phone booth is really small. The running back doesn't have a two-way go. That's great, man. That's great work. That's the best we have played all year. And I listen. I don't listen to announcers during games because I just can't. But I had to because some people were complaining. And that analyst guy was horrible. He got me. I don't think I made it past the first two series. He got me when he started off with Will Levis being the biggest get in the transfer portal for Mark Stoops, and did not even mention Wan'Dale Robinson. I'm like, okay, I'm done, dude. I don't know if I can listen to you anymore. So now he sees too deep. This is what I want to show. How you can confuse him. When you can hold the disguise of your defense a long time, even the analyst said, I think he highlights, oh, they're in cover two. Cover two means you got a guy lacking in the box. Well, it's not cover two. Corker drops down. I don't know if it's single high. I don't know if we're man-to-man. It looks like we're man-to-man because this is another way how you can, as a fan, can quickly determine if it's man-to-man. The heads of the corners. If they're not looking at the quarterback, it's not man-to-man. I mean, it's not zone. It's man-to-man. So this looks like a single high. When I say single high, oh, thanks, Louis. It's almost an A+. They're playing single high. When I say single high, you got one safety. Tyrell is in the middle of the field off the screen. Single high safety with man's concept underneath, all right? So now what we got single high safety with a robber. And what a robber does is 3rd and 7, he's going to sit at the sticks. I can't see where the sticks are. The sticks looks like this is a stick here. Look like right here. He's going to sit and read the quarterback eyes, and hopefully any type of this, he can rob one of those because this guy won't see you. But I don't think I got to play far enough. Here's the tough thing about this for the lineman. We shifted Pascal over, and I think he came on this side of the center. When I say this side, on this side of the center. So we got 3 guys on this side, and it looks like we have 3. And that's the great thing about the 3-4. You don't know where they're coming from. Rushing 4 isn't a blitz. Rushing 5 is a blitz. Okay? If they just rush 4, that's not a blitz because they have 5 that can block 4. But if you rush 5, that's in theory a blitz. If you rush 6, then you got an extra guy, a free guy. If you rush 7, then that's a big ass blitz. So here's the deal. So we shifted Pascal over, forcing these guys to make a check. That's why I said this blitz is on a guy with the headset on. Pascal slid over. He was over here. Then he slid over late. Okay. So now, these 3 guys or these 2 guys don't know if 2 of these guys are coming. These 3 guys got to handle these 3, right? But if 2 come, then it's 1-on-1. But if only 1 comes, now you got problems. Now, they had a failure of communication. And the failure of communication, if you ask me, came because of Pascal move over. I don't know why this guy was blocked down, but whatever happened, he just left that wide open. See that? See the big tackle? tackle block down, which makes no sense. Did he think it was a run? That's why movement on defense and movement on offense is so critical. I don't know if I showed the play early enough. If you watched the Georgia game last week, their defensive lineman did some late shifts, and it affected South Carolina line. And we actually did this game, which is the first time I've seen it shown this year. Now, I'm showing a special team play for once. We had a guy, Riazi, when I played, that caught every ball. He caught every ball. This, to me, is laziness. Go up and get the ball. Now, he's on the 15-yard line. Now, he is pointing out right now. Look where the ball lands. It lands on the 25. Right? It lands on the 25. He's on the 15. If he sprints up here, he can catch it. Okay? Ball lands on the 25. Okay? Now look, he's on the 20. When the ball lands, he's on the 20. Right? That ain't that far. It's 5 yards. But let me go back to here, though. He's on the 20, right? He's 5 yards away. What if he would have ran instead of, right? What if he would have ran now and sprinted? He's on the 20. He can catch that ball on the fucking 25. Okay? He catches on the 25. Right? Look at this. Ball's in the air, and he's stopping. The ball hasn't even come down. He even had a chance to catch it now. It just fucking landed. Okay? 10 yards. 20 yards. 23 freaking yards lost. Know how many yards that is? That's 2 first downs. It seems simple. I never forget when I was with the Bears, a guy whom I don't like, he said, we got to prevent the offense from having to do 1 extra first down. We want to take 2 first downs off of them on every special team, at least. That was the goal. Okay? That was the goal. We just force our offense to have to travel 2 more first downs, and not only 2 more first downs. Look, man, this is horrible. He's right there, 4 yards away. He's stopping. The ball is still out of the frame of the camera. Look, it's still not. Now you see it. I don't know if you can see it. That's the ball right here. He had more than enough damn time to catch the damn ball. You cannot lose those hidden yardage. We just cannot. We had poor field position. Now watch this. When you're in the goal line, I'm going to show this to my man Anthony White on Wednesday. You want to hear a true running back, former running back, describe this, tune in Wednesday to the locker at 9 p.m. You're on the goal line. You want to get out the goal line. Let me show you something. Shortest distance is a straight line. That's where you want to go. You ain't going to score, but you're going to get you're going to at least get this guy. We all see him carry people. This guy gets 5 yards minimum. Look at it. Look at it. Still looking at it. Look at it. Look at it. Right here. Pick your feet up and get us out of the end zone. Right there. Now let's just keep rolling. See what I'm saying? Fortner's him. Horsey him. Dare's doing a good job. Right freaking here. You're not a bounce out running back. Hit that hole hard. They gave you an opportunity. This is now. I know they're gonna call a hole right here. I just want you to see something. You got a guy in front of you. Be patient. Be patient. Set him up. Do not go outside. Why are we going outside? Now you can fake the outside. You can hit him with the but it's no way you should. We start too many possessions inside the 20-yard line with a green quarterback and a great defense. They're not going to try to put themselves in a bad position down here. He saw ghosts too quickly. Look. Problem one is this is what we talked about last year. In the SEC, they're trying to isolate. One-on-one, backside. You got to win, right? He doesn't win. Now, Will also bailed too quickly. Okay? There's nothing breathing down his throat. Yeah, we actually do crossing routes, Dylan. Mesh routes are hard unless you know they're playing man. See, they're not playing man. So mesh routes wouldn't work as easy because they're playing zone and you can't rub somebody off of the guy defending them. I think he knew that. But here's the deal. There's no reason to panic, right? Look at this. Look at that. There's no one in his face. There's no one in his face. And I hear a lot of people complain about the O-line. There's no one in his face. That is a clean pocket. His feet are crystal clean. There ain't no reason right now at all to bail. Okay? This is what the good ones do. This is your first read. You want him to beat him. It's third and short. We expecting Ali to beat his ass, all right? But he's on scholarship too. So he doesn't beat him. Check. Bam. That ain't there. They playing man under. You got to go to your second best receiver, Wandale. Give him a look. Bam. That ain't there. Okay. No pressure. Let me look to this side. I don't know what route Wandale's running, but if it's down the field, I would feel comfortable with throwing that thing up with the safety over here. Got to be patient, man. He did such a good job last week of being patient. I wish they didn't have this so we can show this hole because the defense played unbelievable. He's got to be a little more patient. Every hole is filled. Coach White calls a great game, and we run it to perfection. If it's boundary, that's either Boule or Oxidine, goes outside. This is probably Weaver right, and they're going to come inside, unblock. Watch the boundary lineman right here. He's going to take both offensive linemen. And he's going to leave the linebacker in that hole scot-free. You cannot draw that up any better. Everybody front side handles their gaps. We run a great game. Bam! I'm telling you, man, when these guys lock in and focus and do their job, they got the talent. Now we just got to mentally play the game right. Look at this. Can you see a hole here? Everybody's in their gaps. Everybody. Good patience. He sees the ball hand off. Now he can crash. There ain't nothing there. Look, if Devontae doesn't even crash, look who he runs into. That is perfection, man. Look at all those white hats. Look at the line of scrimmage as the black line. Is anybody pushed this way? They didn't create another line of scrimmage at all. Period. That's a stalemate. Look at that. That's beautiful, man. You can't play it better than that. This is the only way to play it. And I keep saying this. Sometimes guys are afraid to miss tackles. You got to shoot your shot. Don't worry about blockers. You see ball, I see ball. Let me go make a tackle. That is unbelievable work by Geiger. He played a really damn good game. He played a great game last week too. I give people their flowers when they play well. Some people missed it. He didn't play many snaps. But when you get your opportunity, you have to make the most of it. That's a great run. I'm going to harp on this a little bit now, and I didn't earlier. See how his arm motion is low? He's too tall to have that tip. Next thing is, yes, he did, Dylan. Ali's got to do a better job of locating and hooking up and getting that rub. But man, we got to make that layup. We got to make that layup. We have to. Now here's what we need to identify. Okay? He goes in motion. Okay, Louis. Yeah, Louis, I hear you. How can I say this? It's easy for me to say things like this because I've played the game much longer than I've been around the game longer than Will has been on this earth. Think about that. I've been around the game longer than he's been on this earth. I was playing since I was 7. I'm 45, so that's 38 years in the game. Levis is 20 something. If he started playing at 8, he probably got 14 years playing the game. It's a little stuff. And if you don't get enough reps, you don't understand it. The thing that I harp on is you can't let it happen twice, though. So he got his ball blocked once. It can't happen twice. Definitely not 3 times. Now, they're probably in some type of zone. Or at worst, they're playing man free. This guy down the bottom is playing man. There's no one open. At least from what I see. These 3 guys are covered. So, but you can't do that. You can't do that. You cannot do this, though. You just got to eat it. You cannot potentially get a turnover in this spot on the field. Okay? That's a no-no. The ball's the most important thing. There's got to improve on his technique. When he was at LSU, he was raw, and he's still raw. If you watch, you cannot lean. Watch the difference between Kennard and Dare. You cannot see how he reached, ducked his head. See the head duck? That's ball game. You cannot do that. And he's done it too much. He did it last game. He did it the week before. Look how on top of his feet Kennard is, and look on his toes Darius. Look how Darius on his toes. See that? He's on his toes. Cannot do that. You're going to get whipped every time by a good pass rusher. He's got to improve, man. Got to improve. Jeez. Case in point, this is the best series, and people are going to ask why, because it doesn't look perfect to the fans. All right? It's not going to look. Because here's the deal. As I say all the time, and I said it many times today, these guys on scholarship. They're going to get yards. Okay? But everybody is in their gap. Okay? You want to force him back in. You don't want to get him here. It makes Eric got to run further. Take your shot. Now, Corker didn't take his shot like I wanted, but he took his shot. Okay? Turn him in. It gives everybody a chance. Even though Jones is, you see him blocked. If this guy goes here, Jones has no damn shot. But since he turned him inside, he turned them into his teammates. All right? That's one. They got 6 yards. But the thing about it is that everybody was in their right spot. All right. 2nd and 4. This guy has contained, right? And if you watch me anytime last 2-3 years, if he blocks contain, somebody has to replace. This is the replace guy because that's his guy. See this? If they block the contain guy, which is what they want, now he's got to come. This guy's got to come. Now Corker comes, but now he stops. Now here's my philosophy. Now that doesn't mean everybody adheres to it. But just imagine for 1 second, if Corker came here scalding hot and ran all the way through the end zone, which he shouldn't. Let's just say he just came scalding hot, just didn't even touch him, but ran through the end zone. This guy would stop and turn back in and look at Big Bully. There's somebody inside of Bully. Look at Jones. See what I'm saying? If he comes hot, that's square. Instead of selling, see how he's running sideways? If he comes hot up the field and forces him to turn, I mean, that's Devontae. We get a tackle right there because Jones would have tackled him on top of the numbers. But he bounced him in. If you let him bounce outside, look how much further. This is an easy case in point. Look how much further. If he turns him in here, look how much further Jones had to run. That's 7 yards he had to run. That's the little things. God, this guy, I'm telling you, Bully is making a name for himself. Look at that. Look at that get off. He wrecks everything. That guard has to cut him off, has to block down. He gets into the way of the pulling guard. I don't know who this is. I can't get a number. Is that Jones? Jones that probably Jones brings that lineman. Look, the party's crashed. Now, if you really look at this thing, right, there is a gap here, there's a gap here, and there's outside. We have contained. We got 3 guys to really contain, to control really one gap, because this guy has that gap too. Look at it. That's easy football. A linebacker unblocked is a dangerous linebacker. And that's great. There is Square played his ass off. But it's not Square that gets all the accolades, if you ask me. This is the other thing I just want to rewind it. Watch how patient he is. He's not coming now and going to get caught up in all this wash. Watch the patience. Look at that. Look. See how he paused? He paused. Oh, there it goes now. That is perfection. See how Bully makes 52? Takes off his steam. But I just want you to watch this guy. Watch his eyes. Watch his eyes. That's unbelievable play. See, as a running back, there's nothing there. He's got to go front side. Oh, that looks like a hole. But, oh, you got him. Okay, running back. Oh, I think I can get to him. Oh, that's a safety. Oh, I can shake him or run over him. It's 3rd and 1. Right? That's who you see. He's looking at him. Oh, no. Bam. Jeez, man. The patience, inside out. See the inside out? Inside out so he can't spin. Because if he would have came too far this way, he would have hit the spin cycle on him and got the first down. He came inside out. Oh, man. Jeez. Someone grab me a towel. That is unbelievable work, man. Fourth down. Look at Bully's get off. Bully takes 2. Square gets through. There is nothing there. Oh my God, that's good work. God, that's good work. Good call. That's unbelievable. Now, come on, offense. We got to get something out of this. So, just from a defensive standpoint, just let you know. On this play, I'm yelling, guys, they're going to hit a home run. They're going to try to get a big play off of the sudden change. And they in the green zone. They in the go zone. Between the 40s, when the offense can do something crazy, go zone. All right? Here's the deal. Okay? And this is going to tap into Louis. It's his first year in the offense. Totally get it. First year in the offense. All right? We doing a boot. Okay. He gets washed. All right? This is the guy. This is usually 1. Know who's number 2? Usually right here. You might have, you usually don't, but let's just say you have another deep out like a flood route. But as a quarterback, you got to be decisive. You got to be, that ain't there, eyes to hear. And Ali has this guy beat. He's beat. He's open right now. Cummings not there. Let me get to 2 now. I got to get to 2. He ain't there. Even if something crazy happened, he slips, you look, that ain't there, you got to go to number 2. The number 2 is open now. That's just reps. So, let me show. So, let's see. I see the route again. Let's see how they ran it. That's the thing about seeing this thing multiple times. So, what they did, just so you know, I can't see what the outside receiver did. So, what they did was they went deep. They went flood route. Here, right? If this is your 2 and this is your 1, this is your 3. All right. But it's quick. If he's not there, the decisions are quick. No 1, no 2. Where's 3? You got to get your eyes to 3. Ooh, that's. Oh, I've seen it so many times and it's even better. Like the 10th time. This is great. This is the great thing about Cummings being a tight end because he's listed. They play him like a tight end. But he has also bought into being a tight end and has improved his blocking. That is a great seal. And now, two-way go. As a running back, there's no way this guy should ever touch you. Ever. I don't care if it's Ronnie Lott, Steve Atwater, Troy Polamalu. I don't care who it is. With this action, he should never touch you. It's a great man. This kid, man, I can't say enough about him. Here's the great part about it, y'all. This is the great part about it. Even though he stuck him, he's still going upfield. See that? He's not going horizontal. See that? That's as we call as a hurler. It's a cut step. It's not a full stride, but you're still going forward. Yeah, that's nice. That kid's special, man. He's special. Now, this bothers me because I said during the game that 12 was the backside corner, and I was wrong. That's the damn other safety. That makes it even more a horrible throw. And if you see the throw, he doesn't step into it. But right now, see, just to give you a little insight, right? They got a receiver there, day in 11 personnel, receiver, tight end, receiver up there, right? All right. As a safety, as a quarterback, if they in too high, okay? They in too high. And I know that he's not going out the block. That means this safety is free. Free as the bird. Because you know why? Because there's only one receiver out there, right? And you know what that receiver is doing? He's not going to occupy that other safety. So you got to be aware of the other safety. Okay? You got to be aware of him. You got to be aware of where he's at. Okay? So if you know right now that there's a backside safety and I'm going to look at him. I'm looking at him now. I'm going to look at him. Because if I'm going to throw the over route, I got to see where that guy is. Dylan, that's a pick anyway. I know it looks like, oh, if he would have thrown it a little further. No, that safety is playing the ball. He sees the fly of the ball. It doesn't matter if he would have thrown it to the back pylon, it would have been picked. He would have had to throw it out of bounds for this not to be picked. All right. So here's the deal. Right now, I know what I want. All right. This guy's going to probably be occupied by that corner. And I got a guy up top being occupied by the other corner. I got two safeties. If the safety on this hash, the one that's here, doesn't bite to that other receiver, they're not going to play bracket. They're not going to play in and out on him. This pass ain't there because he's there. It's too high safety. That ain't the play to throw this against. Single high safety you can because now you're hoping that your guys beat the one safety. It's two safeties. If that safety doesn't come on this side of the hash, he is on the hash. But look who's open. So you should see the safety. That's more than enough time. Check down Charlie. That's why he's there. Just in case it's not open. That's a safety. He sees the fly of the ball. This guy runs a short route. And it looks like the outside receiver runs like a dig route. So he runs a dig. So let me get into my bag. Let me see if I can do this. Okay. So basically, come on, baby. So basically, we got ball, we had a tight end, we had a receiver, we had two receivers here, and this is Wandale. That's Wandale. All right. And they had two high safeties. All right. Don't worry about the linebackers. He hit here. He hit here. He did something like that. Okay. If I come at quarterback and I know this route is not going to occupy that guy, it's just not. If they run two high safeties, there's nowhere for this guy to go if this guy runs an out route. This corner's got that all day. That means he's free. Oops. I can't. He's free. When I come back, my eyes are on him. If he's back there, right? Know who could be open? Is this guy. Because you're reading these two safeties. If he doesn't jump it, then he's more open than him, especially with this guy free. But when this back does that, if none of this is open, none of that is open, you check it down. Simple. Can't make a big pass off every play. Oh, it's someone. I forgot. I took every corner Quadra Mosley played his ass off. This is textbook. We saw Dort earlier this year. Panic. Textbook. No need to hold him, look back, and try to pin him to the sideline. That is perfect coverage. He is on the top, doesn't panic, doesn't hold. That is perfect, man. Good game by Quadra too, I forgot. Now this is tough, but this is something as linebackers we got to do a better job of. This is just a zone blitz. And we're going to bring 5. Okay. Stop. Back goes away. Square should at least stay over the ball. Okay. Second thing, look at this guy's eyes. Okay. Watch that guy looks that side the whole time. He is not throwing anywhere but the right there. Square, he's got to read his eyes. Here's the thing, you don't have to look. You just go. See how he looks, but then see the hesitation? See that? He saw him. Right. The easy thing, Louis, is a nose on Levis. That was easy. But when he fooled himself. See this right here? This is a pick. Honestly. And I'm going to tell you why. Now, this is from, like I said, I've been playing the game a long time. And I also played quarterback my whole life. So I kind of know why things happen. He switched over here for 2 reasons. Either to handle a pressure, so to clean up a block, which Square knows, oh, we're not bringing anybody, or to leak him out. So if we're not bringing pressure, as a linebacker, I'm thinking, okay, they're going to try to leak him out. Okay? They leak him out. His eyes are on him now. I know as a linebacker, either they're going to try to throw something here quick or they looking to here. Oops, sorry. They're looking over here. So something, this is going to influence me here, right? So I'm not thinking, I don't have to look. See, for me, I'm not taking my eyes off the quarterback. I'm quarterbacking the whole time. That little right there where you see the back of his helmet is a difference between at least a PBU, at best a touchdown, is that right there. Step in the bucket, and he's like 2 yards away. But if from right here, from this point right there, he would have started leaning. Not running, but just leaning. There's nothing to your left, man. There's nothing to your left. There's nothing over there. He would have started leaning to the right. That's either a blow-up shot. I think it's a pick. And that's a pick 6 because all I got to run is 3 yards. He could have ran backwards. We cannot get him out, let him out of the end zone. Just can't. Now, I don't know how they run their defense as far as what happens on rolls, but let me tell you something real quick. They running like 3 deep. So, I kind of liked that last time. Let's do this again. Let's see how this works. Let's see if I can get a new one. All right. So, they had the ball. They had one back. I think they had a tight end there, a receiver, running back, quarterback. Okay. We had Devontae here. We had linebacker. So in regular 3D, you got to go curl. You hit your curl first. Then if someone expands you, then you go to flat, okay? But your first responsibility is curl. He has hook. He has probably center field hook, whatever. Since they got trips over here, everything got to rotate this way, okay? So in normal defense, let's see if I can erase this. In normal defense, when the quarterback rolls out, oops, I'm still in the race. When the quarterback rolls out, it rolls the coverage. So now you don't have curl anymore. You go right to flat, and he doesn't have hook to curl. He goes right to curl because he's rolling out. It's hard for a quarterback to throw back this way when his shoulders are turned that way. So that means all your responsibilities translates from curl to flat to you go flat. From hook to curl, you go curl. Right now, at this moment, once he leaves here, you go to the second phase of your responsibility. All right. So if you look at this, so he has curl to flat, he has hook to curl. Soon as he rolls out, Devontae should buzz to flat. Right now. Watch. He's leaving. You don't worry about him. You don't have this anymore. You buzz the flat. He's going to take care of that. It's going to be hard for him to throw this way. It's just humanly impossible. Devontae gets the flat, it'll be a different story. That's how you should play defense when a quarterback rolls out. Just little information. Pascal's trying to get contained. He's trying his hardest. Now, here's the deal. He doesn't have it, but he's 4 yards in the backfield, and he makes the running back run a hump. The DB's got to come. And Thor can't, and Wallace can't get this happen to him. He can't get pushed 10 yards down the field. He's got to find a way with this guy here. He's got to find a way to get under or push him that way. Can't let him do that to you. Great job by that DB. I think that was Mosley. That's good work, man. I'm surprised that they haven't pulled with the quarterback yet because we're crashing. Good job by everybody. Rodgers got to do a little better job of holding the point, but that's pretty good. If you watch football for long enough, you know this little yo-yo motion. You got to always know circumstances, always know the situation. 3rd and 3, he does this. You know you on your horse. That's a great, he got through. Even if he completes it, he might not make the first down. That's great work by Wright, man. 4-minute offense. We gotta get points. And we got points. Some people said clock management was bad. I don't know, man. I'm gonna tell you why. Things get dicey when we get down inside the 50. And you don't want to not get points. That guy's special, man. Ooh, looks like I missed the end of his run. This guy's special. Look at that. Look at that. Look. Ah, man. That's 1-2. This guy is Lynn Bolton on steroids. Can you? I would have liked to see those two play. As teammates. He's just there. I don't think there's. This is the first time in my life since Craig Yeast that I feel comfortable with a receiver beating any DB in the league. Not saying he's going to beat him 100% of the time, but I feel comfortable going one-on-one with Wan'Dale in any corner. This is a problem. We cannot. This is pretty good damn work by the offensive line. Look at this. There's no one at his feet. We cannot escape this way. You make it easier for like this guy who's been blocked. And sometimes it creates holding calls. We got to do a better job of passing off that twist. But even with that, look at that. If he steps here, though, he just made it easy for him. If he steps here, let me show you something and what happens. If he steps up in the pocket, look at C-Rod. We can't do this. Now, we got lucky. They gave us a bogus holding call. I don't even think it was holding. You got to step up, right? Let's say even if he steps up just right here and this guy goes here, that's still time. There's time in this pocket. They're only rushing 4. We cannot. The worst thing for a quarterback and the best thing for a defense is to escape out the back end. When you step up in the pocket, it creates natural running lanes and natural windows to pass through. Can't do that. We got lucky on that one. And that's why it got sketchy with this. Because he took a sack. You on the 30, you don't want to get yourself out of a possible field goal attempt with this guy taking a sack. Again, there's no reason to flush. No reason. Look at this. It's 1st and 10. Let's say this. This is what the good ones do. All right? Let's say he's happy feet and he wants to get out of there. Know what the Russell Wilsons, the Aaron Rodgers, the Patty Mahomes, what they would do? They would come here. Oops, wrong tool. They would come here and run down the line of scrimmage and allow their guy more time to get open. There's hardly, unless you are Lamar Jackson, Mike Vick, Randall Cunningham, Cam Newton when he was young, Steve Young, Fran Tarkenton. Now I just dig into my bag. Now those guys can sometimes get away. Doug Flutie, we're going back because they had unbelievable speed and quickness. He ain't blessed with that. But if he would have come here and then here, defensive backs hate that. Cannot escape out the backside of it's bad habits. Look at it here. There's no one at his feet. Right now, when he decides to run, there's no one at his feet. Zero. There's no one. This guy's the closest, but he's going to get run around. The closest guy on his feet hold on. That's a yard. That's a yard. That's a yard. 4 feet away. And that's when he starts to run. 3 feet away. Stay in the pocket. Now, like I said, look at this. If he sprints through here and then idle down, now he can take time. Let his guys get open. You cannot consistently do this. This is not high-level quarterback play at all. Not at all, at all. Can't let that happen. This is why we do what we did. Torres is in. I think Kennard got out. And this is the first draw play I've seen in forever. And it worked to perfection. And we got in field goal range. And honestly, I wouldn't have ran this play because I don't want an interception and not to lose points. But look at the arm. Look, see how that ball? You never see the ball really over his helmet. God, it seems like it's short. 2 balls blocked. All right, guys. I think that's it. Thanks for watching. I'm going to try to fix this Periscope deal. And I'll be back on Twitter hopefully tomorrow. As you can see, things are there. We just got to get it there. We just got to not shoot ourselves in the foot. People have said that for years about Stoops clock management. I never thought it would. Man, I want people to understand this. And it's hard, and you can't give him a pass, but there's things he got in his head. He's got a timeout, right? You want to save that timeout in case he makes this pass right here and guys get tackled in the middle of the field. You want to call a timeout. So you can't call a timeout to try and devise a better play, right? Because you call a timeout now and your quarterback, whom just got a sack, does something not right again and gets a sack on the 3rd and 6, and you don't have a timeout, you can't rush the people on the field. Second thing, let's say you do get a first down, right? You do get a first down, the clock stops. Now you got to rush the field goal team on, and the people who's not on the field goal team off on the field. It's not a timeout. It's just a stop and play as a change move. Now you got to communicate without timeout before. You didn't call a timeout before, so then you got to communicate to everybody, even on the field, guys. If you get a first down, y'all got to sprint y'all butts off the field. How many times have we had problems doing that? So you got to say the timeout. The big thing for me to happen was that damn sack he took. Once he took the sack, the mentality changed. If he doesn't take the sack, I think we run this last 40 seconds a little different. Ethan Wright, look, I'm going to go over I don't know what I'm going to do. Florida, Bama, I should do Florida and Tennessee for Friday. I'm not sure. Florida did not play well that first half. Tennessee just is not a good team. It was 14-10 for a minute. Tennessee winning. And people are going to say, well, it's because Florida had blown coverages. Well, so what happens when we score a touchdown, someone has a blown cover? Oh, it's the defense. Like, which one is it? You got to give credit where credit's due. So, I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting. This is the deal, though. Even with Will still being green and still not seeing the field like an experienced quarterback is, remember, he hasn't started in a long time. I think he had one start with Penn State. He hasn't started in a long time. This is still new to him. Give him time. The plays are there. He has the Rex Grossman. If you remember Rex Grossman from Florida who played with the Bears, he has the Rex Grossman syndrome. Bad habits are trying to escape out the back. And the bad thing about when you escape out the back is when you escape out the back of the pocket and you have success, you believe you can do it all the time. And it's fool's gold. If he steps up in the pocket like he did last week, I think we got something. We got one receiver who is unguardable. And not 100%, but let's say 90% unguardable. Then we got a complimentary receiver in Ali who is pretty damn good. Then we got 3 freaking tight ends. We got to use it to our advantage, man. I'm wavering back and forth on how I feel. The bad part about it, if we would have went this game with no turnovers, I would have no problem saying we beat Florida, not a doubt. But when we had more turnovers last week, no, we had the same amount. The same amount the last 2 weeks, 3 freaking turnovers. You can't win against good SEC teams giving them 3 extra possessions. That's what it turns out to be. 3 extra possessions. For the defense to handle 3 more possessions, that's huge. I just don't know. Losing Upshaw was huge. Dylan, losing Upshaw, oh man, it was huge if Rigg wasn't here. But I can't wait. And I shouldn't say can't wait. I'm looking forward to next year having 3 guys who have speed. Bates has a little bit of juice. Upshaw has a lot of juice. And Cummins has an infinity amount of juice as far as the tight end position. You're going to have some mismatches. All right, guys. Let y'all get back to work. Appreciate you guys watching. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good rest of your day.